At KBLA Talk 1580, we do Black history every single day. In fact, as the only Black talk radio station west of the Mississippi, we are Black history. Our annual Black History Month luncheon is fast approaching, and we want to be sure to give you ample time to get your company, organization, church, or group to join us at this year's celebration on the last day of the month, Thursday, February 29th at noon. Last year, we honored iconic local Black media personalities, including Pat Harvey, Jim Hill, Mark Brown, Beverly White, Sandy Banks, and Pat Prescott, and raised $20,000 in scholarships. This year, we're honoring Black Hollywood creatives who have used their artistic genius as climate justice champions. At this year's luncheon, we will be showcasing and sharing their inspiring work on our big screen. Plus, a scrumptious meal, live music, great company, and lots of fun with your favorite KBLA Talk 1580 hosts. So contact us today at info@smileyAudiomedia.com or call 323-290-4690. That's info@smileyAudiomedia.com or call 323-290-4690. We hope to see you Thursday, February 29th as we close out Black History Month. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your Black.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does Black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my neck.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you rate women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
Hi everyone, it's Dr. Ramani and welcome back to this YouTube channel on narcissism, narcissistic relationships, and healing from narcissistic relationships. So this is a uniquely positive video for me, but I'm going to do it because I think it's an important one. There was a beautiful article in the New York Times. The link to the article is in the video notes. It does require a subscription, so I know some of you won't be able to read it. But the article is by someone named Jancy Dunn, and she was reflecting on a conversation she had had with her young child's teacher, whom she asked the question. She said, what do you do with a child who's feeling overwhelmed emotionally? And the teacher responded, I ask them if they want to be helped, hugged, or heard. Now the article is actually about how do you connect with somebody who you love is going through something. But she got this wisdom from this teacher. Now, what I loved about the article is that I think many of us who do love someone who's going through something, we often feel like we're at a loss. What do? How do I approach someone who is going through something? A divorce, a breakup, they lost their job, they've been dealing with an ill family member, their child is going through something, there was a death, they're going through a death or the loss of someone, or they've gotten a health diagnosis, or they're going through a toxic relationship, any of them. I think many of us grapple of how do I be there for someone? And sometimes because we don't know, we might make the terrible mistake of not reaching out at all, which is never. People always want to hear from you, and even if they don't respond, it's a huge mistake to not reach out to someone you care about when they're going through something and you know it. Just reach out to them. That always works. But beyond just the text, reach out, thinking of you, people are like, what else can I do? How do I not mess this up? So that's where this article is great, just for all of us who are healthy, trying to be healthy, loving people. Now, needless to say, this framework may not work within your narcissistic relationships. But again, as I read the article, it struck me that this could be so powerful for people who want to be supporters for people who may be in any number of toxic situations, including narcissistic relationships. Or to even use this as a framework to articulate what you need. People who are experiencing narcissistic relationships are often concerned that they are burning out the people around them if they keep talking about the relationship. The rumination, the confusion, sometimes you just feel like you need to talk it out because you're in such a altered reality. But the fact is, there's not often a solution to these situations. Leaving is not always an option, or at least it's definitely probably not an option you can act on today. But this idea of, do you want to be helped, heard, or hugged, could also help you as a survivor to determine what you might need from someone. Survivors of narcissistic abuse a long time ago have had their needs so shamed and devalued that it becomes all but impossible to consider asking for what you need, because you often just don't know anymore. But in all of this, like I said, survivors often don't know what they need or want. So while it may be...
Woo-wee! Man, this topic is getting deeper and deeper and deeper. A good life is full of bad experiences, man. Dr. Mark Goulston, God, rest in peace, good brother, left us with his triad of hope. Unconditional positive regard, visualization, seeing the future, and unconditional positive belief. These are things we need to give each other if the relationship is going to endure the difficult moments that are destined to happen. The great Bruce Lee said it a different way. He said, don't pray for an easy life. Pray for the strength to endure a difficult one. We can say in one breath, man, this was a terrible relationship, but I learned so much from it. Well, maybe the difficulty you had to go through to get that knowledge was the price that needed to be paid. The universe is very economical in its movement. It doesn't waste anything. So even that relationship that you define as toxic or difficult gave you something that up-leveled your spiritual maturity. So not a bad thing. So once you learn, oh, these wounds in me attracted this kind of person. Oh, it attracted this kind of situation. Okay. So now you can start your personal journey of inward or internal healing so you can elevate your mind and spirit to be able to cultivate unconditional positive regard for yourself. You can visualize the type of future you want to have for yourself with someone else. And you can start planting the seeds of unconditional positive belief within yourself. I'm telling you right now, don't just run out there and look for somebody to give you something that you are not. Do you understand? Don't run and say, hey, give me what I'm lacking. Because that's not how you grow spiritually. How can you encourage and support your partner's personal growth and development while visualizing a future together? Damned what's going to come against you. Right? We're going to visualize this future and we're going to pour into this relationship emotionally, physically, spiritually, psychologically, magically, whatever we got to do before the storms come. We're going to buttress the relationship with unconditional belief about its survivability. How does the concept of angel in my corner relate to the idea of being a supportive and loving partner through difficult moments? They're going to come inevitably. How can you be an angel in your partner's corner without sacrificing your own needs and well-being? Oh, wow. These are real questions that many relationships never ask. How can you provide examples of specific actions or behaviors that create a supportive and nurturing relational environment? Number one, we can give you all the boundaries and all the rules and parameters that you can possibly consume. But I'm here to tell you, just because you set the rule doesn't mean the rule will be followed each and every time. So guess what? There needs to be space and grace to not follow the rules that you guys established. Because sometimes we get so codependent on the rule that if the rule is broken, whatever wound that existed gets reinforced. Because I never thought you would break the rule. I never thought you would ever be a human being in this moment. Yes, I broke the rule. I'm sorry. How can we get back on track? Many people don't want to get back on track because pain is so familiar. Because discomfort and victimhood and blame shifting is so familiar to their personality, to their character. You got to understand, only a perfect person can pass the blame. Uh-oh, somebody meme it. Only a perfect person can pass the blame. You better not point out my lies as much as you lie. You better not point out my lack of support, as indifferent as you can be, as cold as you can be, hot and cold, up and down. You better not point out nothing wrong with me until you've conquered everything wrong with you. Listen, I know a lot of people don't want to hear it put that way. Can you provide, let me read another question, then I'll go to the callers. How can you create a sense of safety and trust within your relationship to foster the triad of hope? Number one, stop acting like you better than your partner. Stop acting like you was raised better. Stop acting like you got more sense. Stop acting like you deserve better than your partner. Try acting like you in it with them at the same level that they are on. You know why? How else in the hell you got with them? You get with who you are. So many people feel like they better than their partner. That's why you can't cultivate a safe place. Sean, if you don't stay patient, Sean is hitting me on Instagram. Sean, I'm going to run through these calls, and then you call in. You know you're supposed to call in early, Sean. And normally you call in early, but you didn't call in early tonight. Be patient, Sean. I'm going to get to these callers right after I read this next question. How can you cultivate a sense of gratitude and appreciation for your partner within the triad of hope? Do you know being grateful for who your partner is? We talked about this yesterday when we talked about special. Being grateful for who they are, even in their shortcomings, is such a magnetic pull that binds you guys together. So many people, once you hurt them, that's it. That's it. They don't want to cooperate. They don't want to be willing. It's very tough. Let me get Reggie from Austin, Texas. Get in here. Reggie!
Man, you mentioned being a fixer about 10 minutes ago, and it really vibed with me because I was that too. And I never really understood that way of dealing with things was really selfish. Mm-hmm. Because when I was a fixer, I made it about me and not about them. Mm-hmm. The best way to have that unconditional positive regard is just to be present. Mm-hmm. Just to be there. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times your partner didn't want you to solve their problems. They just wanted to know that they weren't alone in this situation as they solved the problem. Mm-hmm. And that's a value that's like, you can't even calculate what type of value that is. It's a lot of things in this world that will totally break you down. But if you know you have somebody next to you that believes in you, that'll build you up. Mm-hmm. And so I just wanted to solve things. And like every problem doesn't have this parochial answer. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times I had to be more flexible. You know what I'm saying? Just not to say everything that's on my mind, or just not to interject what I think would help. Because it ain't about what I think would help. It's not about me in this situation. I can't walk this person's road, and I can't have responsibility for what they're going through. And they never asked me to, you know. Man, it's so wonderful just to know that somebody has your back. And they don't always have to remind you that they have your back. They just have to be there and have it. You know, and that takes a lot of faith. That takes a lot of trust on your side, because it's not always a nice, neat situation. When you're growing, you don't grow pretty. You grow like you grow, and eventually it becomes beautiful. But it doesn't always start that way. It isn't always that way in the middle. You know what I'm saying? You just have to have faith that it's going to be what it needs to be when it needs to be that way. I wish I had known that earlier. You know what I'm saying? But you learn what you learn when you learn it.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And so I going forward, I can say, okay, this is how I'm going to handle this situation and be more flexible in the middle of it. You know? Yeah, man.
Reggie! Man, I agree 100% with everything you said. I am guilty of about 90% of everything you said. Brother, you are a gift to the VOR. I appreciate your wisdom. I appreciate your insight. Thank you so much for calling. Guess what you did?
Brought Austin in the building.
Austin, Texas is in the building. When I come forward, Sean, the phone lines are open. You can call right now, Sean. 1-800-920-1580. We got phone lines, but we also got Indianapolis. We also got Dallas, Texas. But Sean from Oakland, California, hit me on my Instagram. Holla at me, Sean, if you want to get down. Call me right now.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
KBLA Talk 1580 is the exclusive media sponsor of This Light of Ours, activist photographers of the Civil Rights Movement. A dynamic new exhibition on view now at the Skirball Cultural Center in Los Angeles. This Light of Ours showcases more than 150 photos taken by movement insiders from diverse backgrounds that reveal the vital work undertaken by a broad coalition of organizers and everyday people whose collective action changed America. This Light of Ours is one of 3 temporary exhibitions currently on view at the Skirball, which together explore issues related to civil rights, immigration, and pluralism. Tickets and more information for all 3 exhibitions are available at skirball.org. That's skirball.org. SKIRBALL.org.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. Legal Aid Foundation of Los Angeles is a nonprofit law firm that protects and advances the rights of the most underserved, leveling the playing field and ensuring that everyone can have access to the justice system. Every year, LAFLA provides free, high-quality legal services to more than 100,000 people living in poverty across greater Los Angeles. Their unique combination of neighborhood offices, self-help centers at courthouses, and domestic violence clinics puts Legal Aid Foundation of Los Angeles on the front lines in vulnerable communities and at the forefront of change. LAFLA's expert team of attorneys, paralegals, and support staff works to provide direct representation, offer counsel and advice, provide referrals, and educate the community about their legal rights through workshops and seminars. With locations all over LA, you can access their services or volunteer to help no matter where you live. And if you have an urgent issue, call 213-235-0060. That's 213-235-0060. To get legal help, make a donation, or volunteer, visit lafla.org. lafla.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Playlist is my co-host. Ladies and gentlemen, the VOR is back in the building live from Leimert Park, KBLA Talk 1580. Just let it ride. Just let it float underneath. A lot of people are hitting me up right now. What is that? What is that? What is that? Come on, I played it on here before. That record is called Pink Flower, number 37 by King Chino. Pink Flower, number 37 by King Chino. And I wanted to establish a different type of vibe tonight for this topic because it's such a rich and meaty topic, right? The three pillars or the triad of hope that Dr. Mark Goulston talked about. And what I'm saying is these pillars must be developed internally before you can share them with your partner, right? We all know what Bruce Lee said. Don't pray for an easy life. Pray for the strength to be able to endure a difficult life. Well, first, you have to get over the mountain of you. So you have to learn how to visualize what you want to do and what you want to be in the future. Visualization is a powerful tool that enables us to create a compelling vision of our own future, right? Not just the future of the relationship, but the future of ourselves. It involves imagining the life we desire, setting goals and working towards their realization. While visualization often focuses on positive outcomes, it is equally important to acknowledge and integrate the possibility of encountering obstacles and setbacks along the way. Setbacks are a part of the setup for the come up. By visualizing a future that encompasses both positive and negative experiences, we prepare ourselves mentally and emotionally to navigate the challenges that may or may not come our way. This holistic approach to visualization empowers us to adapt, persevere, and find opportunities for growth even in the midst of adversity. We'll talk about unconditional positive belief later. Let me get my guy on the line. Who's been on the longest? Oh, Truemonger from Dallas, Texas. Truemonger, get in here. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
Oh, man. Yeah, you can have a good life with bad experiences. You learn to appreciate the bad experiences just as much as you appreciate the good ones, because you live to experience both. As far as relationships go, You got to learn to embrace them. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you might get upset in the moment, but once you get your thoughts together and calm down and take a breath and actually think through the situation, you gotta embrace it. You gotta be appreciative of that experience, and hopefully you learn something from it that will help you grow to be a better version of yourself going forward. Mm-hmm. Life is going to challenge you whether you like it or not. Mm-hmm. So there's no point in trying to avoid it. A lot of people are conditioned to want the easy way out, find a quick fix, mm-hmm. Avoid the issues, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
All it does is delay it. And the longer you delay it, the worse it could possibly get. Mm-hmm. So why not face it? Why not discuss it? You might need some time to process it. And if your partner understands that, they're going to respect it and give you that opportunity to do that. Yeah, most people, especially men, most of us are wired to resolve things, find solutions to problems, because we don't want to keep dealing with the same thing over and over again. Mm-hmm. But it'd probably be best to ask your partner if they're even seeking a solution at first. Sometimes they just want to vent and get stuff off their chest. And if you respect them and love them like most people claim they do their partner, take time to listen. Because it might be a situation where the roles are reversed, and you'll want somebody to listen to you. But that requires respecting humanity in somebody. Mm-hmm. You know, a lot of people base their relationships based on what they see on TV and social media clips and thinking everything is always a highlight. That's not life. That's not reality. Mm-hmm. You're going to have challenges all through your life, mm-hmm. whether they're great ones or small ones. How are you going to deal with them?
Right.
You know?
I love it, brother. Guess what you just did, True Monger?
Brought Dallas in the building.
Dallas, Texas is in the building. Where your city at? Hey, cities. I want to hear from Pasadena. I want to hear from Pomona. I want to hear from Pacoima. I want to hear from Palisades, man. I want to hear from Playa del Rey, Playa Vista. Where you at? I want to hear from Compton. I want to hear from Watts. I want to hear from Inglewood. Call us, man. We want to talk to everybody because y'all cooking tonight. I appreciate everybody for tapping in, but we got more to do. When we come forward, we're going to talk to my brother, your brother. You already know, one of my favorites, cleanup hitter, Ronan from Indianapolis.
He's on fire tonight. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton. Here's the latest on the Black Information Network. A meeting to discuss the current state of the migrant crisis in Chicago and Cook County is being postponed because of the extreme cold. Mayor Brandon Johnson, who is black, and the Metropolitan Mayor's Caucus were scheduled to meet at the United Center. The mayor's office says the meeting will be rescheduled as soon as possible. Georgia's Fulton County DA Fani Willis has made her first public comments following a lawsuit filed alleging an improper relationship with a special prosecutor. Willis, who is black, made the comments during a MLK Day speech at Atlanta's oldest black church. Willis did not mention the special prosecutor by name, nor confirmed or denied the accusations. She also called out U.S. Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, saying they have never met each other, yet Greene has allowed her spirit to be filled with hate. Greene filed a criminal misconduct complaint against Willis and her special prosecutor last week. That's the latest. I'm Amber Payton on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network.
For victims of drunk and drug driving, Our grief is unique, but you are not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call our 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org.
Follow the leader. KBLA Talk 1580. Follow the leader.
If you're not following KBLA Talk 1580 on all of our socials, then you're missing out. Download our app and find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and on the web at KBLA 1580.
That's right.
Again, you can find all of our socials at KBLA 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
By the way, if you miss any of our weekday shows in real time, you can always catch up by checking out the podcasts of your favorite shows at your leisure. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
Got your black.
Follow the leader.
Oh my God. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 believes in community empowerment. LA's 99 neighborhood councils form the grassroots level of the Los Angeles city government. The system was created to connect LA's diverse communities to City Hall. While neighborhood council board members are volunteers, they are also public officials elected to office by the members of their community. Neighborhood councils advocate on issues like homelessness, housing, land use, emergency preparedness, public safety, parks, transportation, and sustainability. They also provide local expertise on the delivery of city services to their various communities. Neighborhood councils are open to participation by anyone who is a part of the fabric of daily life in said community. This includes those who live, work, or own property or a business. If you are interested in stepping up to join your local neighborhood council, visit www.empowerla.org. That's empowerla.org. It's time to think globally, but act locally. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Jim Gaffigan here with some more Straight Talk. Now you can get a Walmart Plus membership, plus not pay for it, because it's included with Straight Talk wireless plans. You get free delivery with Walmart Plus a Paramount Plus subscription included. Plus, you pay less for gas. That's a lot of pluses.
Only Straight Talk gives you unlimited 5G data and Walmart Plus included on select plans for free.
Straight Talk Wireless, available at Walmart.
Requires service on Gold or Platinum Unlimited. One offer per eligible account. Paramount Plus Essential Plan only. Separate registration required. Additional terms apply.
Watch out! You got me!
The galaxy is safe once again.
In the pretend universe, kids play with pretend guns. In the real world, it's up to us to make sure they don't get their hands on a real gun. If you have a gun in the house, keep it locked, unloaded, and stored separately from ammunition. Safe gun storage saves lives. Learn how to make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. That's endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by End Family Fire, Brady, and the Ad Council.
Pizza's here. Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
It's game day at Jim's house, and the spread is impressive.
Mike's already done some damage with the hot wings, and now he's dropping back and going deep for another slice of pizza.
I sure hope he brought the Pepto.
Mike knows the Pepto-Bismol provides fast 5-symptom relief from unexpected stomach upsets. He's no rookie.
The way he's throwing back those nachos, he's the GOAT.
Be ready for game day with Pepto-Bismol.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach,
diarrhea. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm calling you up. I'm calling you up. 'Cause I need a love doctor. And I need it right away. I'm calling you up. I'm calling you up. 'Cause I need to hear the doctor's voice.
years old. So I got this two-timing chick who got her revenge from when I was on my two-time tip. And even when I tried to correct it, she couldn't get past how she was disrespected, neglected my effort, a pair with no trust, dirty games and affairs that been tearing us up. If things ain't picture perfect, is it really worth it? I have an idea, but I need to know for certain.
I'm calling you up, I'm calling you up. 'Cause I need a love doctor, and I need it right away. I'm calling you up, I'm calling you up. 'Cause I need to hear the doctor's voice of reason.
Something new that I've been doing for self-care that has been such a game changer for me when it comes to sleep and reducing stress. I started using the One Leaf app, which is a self-hypnosis app that was created by renowned therapists and relationship experts out of Stanford and NYU. I was a little skeptical at first because I've never done any form of hypnosis before, but it was so user-friendly and relaxing, and I personally saw results quickly. It takes about 20 minutes a day. It's done from the comfort of your own home, and you listen to a guided hypnosis where there are prompts and visualizations that get you into a relaxed state where your subconscious is more able to take suggestions to create and build healthy habits. One Leaf covers a broad range of topics such as relationships, sleep, reducing stress, managing pain, improving confidence, and so much more. If you're looking for a new way to meet your wellness goals, go to the show notes and start One Leaf with a free 7-day trial. Today's episode is a heavy one. It is all about emotionally abusive relationships. We want to be really clear from the start that if you are in an unsafe relationship, you do not need to work on it. You do not need to stay. You deserve to get support and help and feel safe in your relationship. Mm-hmm. So please use the resources we've linked in the show notes for the domestic violence hotline and the national crisis line if you are in a dangerous or unsafe relationship. We also want to be upfront that this episode is purely informational. We want to give you ideas of warning signs and what to look for with emotional abuse. This episode is not about how to get out of an emotionally abusive situation, but more just how to spot if you or maybe even somebody you love could be in one.
Yeah.
So working through and understanding emotional abuse is really tricky. Yeah. Like it is not a straightforward, clear-cut thing, unfortunately. It's not as blatantly obvious as physical abuse can be because it is emotional, but it is truly just as damaging. So we're taught that relationships take work. We value in our society staying together as a couple, getting through the hard times. It's ebbs and flows. And so it can be really hard to decipher when things are just like the normal, you got to put work in through this, or this is just a low point, or if something is truly emotionally abusive and damaging, and then we downplay it, let things slide under the sake of, staying together and doing the work. So even, when we asked the Instagram community about what they wanted.
And I wanted to play that clip because I wanted to point that out. I wanted them to point that out. Know when to get out. Know when it's toxic. Right? Know when it's destroying your soul. How about that? That's why we had to play that clip. But let me just do this really quickly. My friend is on the line, one of my favorite callers. I love all the callers. They all have their own personalities and their own perspective. But let's get him in here. You already know what it is. Ronan, Indianapolis. Come on, get in here.
Shout out to the 49ers. What's going on, Zoe?
Hey, you know what it is.
Oh, man. It's an awesome topic, too.
Thank you, brother. We got the Eagles out the way. Now we just got to get Baltimore out the way, and we'll be good.
Yeah. Well, we'll discuss that later.
Because I'm going to tell you right now, if we face Baltimore, we're going to lose. I'm sorry. Yeah, we're going to lose. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I digress. Let's get back to it. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
I would say a good life is full of earn testimonies over empty theories.
Earned testimony over empty theory. I love it. Say more. Go deeper.
And the thing is, like, over time, you start earning your level of sound footing. Adversity is either going to reveal the punk or the pillar influence that you were meant to be.
The punk or the pillar? Ooh. Hey, keep cooking, Ronan. I'm going to sit back.
So when you think about it, there's so many people that have a lot of these talking points on and offline. Instead, they should be getting outside and looking within to establish life reference points that will help other people follow in their footsteps in their own way, rather than just this circular talk about what should be rather than what can be.
Keep going. Don't stop. Yeah.
Because like over life, it's like so many times we've either started at a rough patch. Some of us didn't have the greatest parents. Some people didn't have the greatest circles of influence. But over time, once you start moving in certain ways, you start seeing better parts of yourself, things that were buried within you. And you start learning the difference between you being a strobe light versus a lighthouse. And
a strobe light versus a lighthouse. He says them really quick. It's like Mayweather's sneaky right hand. You don't see it coming, but then, bow, it lands on you. Boy, keep going, man.
So like early in life, you start seeing everything is flashy. All these things are distracting. And then when you start seeing the reality of things, you start seeing the ugly parts of themselves, even, the people around you. But being a lighthouse, you're able to sit there and establish a higher position where people see you at a distance, and they can avoid the rocks due to your direction and your choices and your leadership in a sense. So over time, instead of having it just a bunch of, or actually trying to live life in third person, you actually like show people that your life is actually a production, both in front of the camera and behind the scenes. You start learning how the lights work, everything moves, and you have something that's epic rather than something that's thrown together, that's on Tubi.
Guess what you just did, Ronan?
About Indianapolis to the building.
Naptown is in the building, always dropping bars. We appreciate it. Thank you so much, man. Every time Ronan call in here, man, he give us something to think about, man. Food for thought, right? But I want us to take this triad of hope. I got to take this triad of hope. Listen, I've been working with Dr. Mark Goulston since 2012. And I never heard of the triad of hope until Attila Phillips, whole government out there, brought this to my attention. And I have had many years of work with Dr. Goulston. He has counseled me. I have gone to therapy with Dr. Goulston. He has been my co-host on my podcast. And it was someone who's become family now. Because I see all the listeners as family. Right? Attila brought this to my attention. And what I got from this, those three pillars of hope, unconditional positive regard, visualization, and unconditional positive belief. And I understand how Goulston framed it at the beginning of the show. He was basically saying he was at the lowest point of his life, and somebody recognized that he was there and came and gave him these three things when he needed it the most. And I'm simply saying we, in relationship, have to learn how to give these things to our partners. But I am a huge advocate of basically saying you can't give what you ain't got. So you have to learn how to give yourself unconditional positive belief, which I think is antithetical to negative self-talk, right? Unconditional positive belief is the unwavering faith in oneself and the inherent goodness of life regardless of the circumstances. You know what? I'm going through hell. People that are close to me know I'm going through hell. I mean, Lucifer's hot soup. I'm going through it. But guess what? I love me. I might not like me all the time. I might not like my decisions, some of the decisions I make, but I do love me. And I love those who love me. So positive, unconditional positive belief, embracing the idea that a good life is full of bad experiences, requires us to cultivate an unshakable belief in our ability to overcome challenges and find meaning in adversity. When I come forward, the VOR will go even deeper. Is it possible? For me, yes.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
What's up? I'm Danelle Riley, FAMU alumni and creator of the HBCU Culture Shop. I am so proud of my new partnership with Black Beyond Measure and Target. They help me elevate community pride with my HBCU designs and continue to support Black creators and entrepreneurs with Target HBCU challenges, scholarship programs, and campus collaborations. Let's come together this homecoming season and beyond. Shop my brand and discover other Black-owned products at target.com/blackbeyondmeasure.
City of Los Angeles landlords that own rent-controlled properties, starting February 1st, you'll be able to increase rents by 4% for your rent-controlled properties. An extra 1% per utility, up to 6%, can be added only if you pay the entire gas and electric bill. And don't forget to give your tenant an advance 30-day written notice for rent increases of less than 10%. It is state law. Learn more about the rent increase at housing.lacity.org. That's housing.lacity.org.
The first time I tried to quit vaping, I told myself that it was like a mountain that I had to climb over. And once I got to the other side, it would be clear. But I couldn't make it over. What really got me to quit was my little sister. I saw her vaping. So I was back in the mountain, but this time she was up there with me. It's weird what you can do for others that you won't do for yourself.
Every attempt is part of your story to quit for good. Visit Kick It California today at kickitca.org.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. Stay Housed LA has the resources you need to know your rights and the legal support to back them up. The COVID-19 pandemic has cost people their jobs and livelihoods. This has left an estimated 1/3 of households not being able to make rent and facing losing their homes. This is a fear no one in our community should have to face. You have rights, though, and Stay Housed LA is here to help. Stay Housed LA is a partnership between the County of Los Angeles, the City of Los Angeles, and local community and legal service providers. Together, they provide tenants with the information and support needed to exercise their rights so they can remain safely in their homes. Find out more about your rights by participating in a virtual tenant workshop. Get the legal assistance you need. Find additional resources in Los Angeles County and the City of Los Angeles. Stay connected to Stay Housed LA County for updates. This and more at stayhousedla.org. Stay connected to Stay Housed LA for updates. This and more at stayhousedla.org. That's stayhousedla.org. Or call their hotline at 213-694-0040. We've got your Black with a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted your spirit to settle in to tonight's topic. We have to be each other's safe space. But we can't be each other's safe space until we are safe with self. And the only way to be safe with self is to understand that life is going to push you. Life is going to push you down. Life is going to trip you. Life is going to give you some things that you may not like, you may not want. But you got to find a way to overcome. It's not going to always be soft and easy. Do you understand? There's wisdom in what Bruce Lee said, in my opinion. Do not pray for an easy life, but pray for the strength to endure a difficult one. This encapsulates the essence of embracing the paradox of a good life filled with bad experiences, challenging experiences, difficult experiences. Lee understood that true strength and growth come from facing and overcoming challenges, especially from within. Turn it up just a little. Praying for an easy life may shield us from hardships, but it also deprives us of the opportunities for self-discovery and transformation that arise from adversity. Instead, we should seek the strength to endure difficult experiences, knowing that they are integral to our personal growth. Dr. G understood it. That's why he created the triad of hope. What is the purpose of having hope if you're not challenged? Huh? Why would hope even exist if you weren't going to be challenged? Man, you see how these two work together? Dr. Mark Goulston and the wisdom of Bruce Lee can redefine our understanding of a good life, right? It's not the absence of bad experiences, but rather our ability to embrace and learn from them that can contribute to this overall well-being and fulfillment that most of us are seeking. By cultivating unconditional positive regard, visualizing a future that encompasses both positive and negative experiences, and maintaining an unwavering belief in the goodness of life, we can navigate the complexities of existence with grace and resilience. Embracing the paradox of a good life filled with bad experiences allows us to unlock our true potential and find profound meaning in every aspect, every footstep, every inch we walk. We can find value in it. I hope you guys appreciated tonight's topic, because I appreciated doing it. Now, you ain't got to agree with nothing I said. The voice of reason does not require that of you. But I want you to have these conversations. Okay? I want you to have these conversations. I want you to pursue these discussions in your relationships. I want you to make space for them. You understand? There are times, let me give you another piece of wisdom that I learned recently. Regardless of what God put you on earth to do, I'm living my purpose. God put me here to motivate, inspire, uplift, educate, expand the consciousness of the masses. That's what God put me here for. I know it, right? But what I learned recently is I have to be invited. If I'm not invited, I shouldn't invite myself. Right? I can't help you. Only you can do the work. But I have to have an invite to even talk about guiding you to any place, any space. I have to be invited into your space. I want y'all to understand, man, we started this conversation, but it's really up to you to finish it. Yes, I'm talking about human design. What am I, a manifesting generator on the 3-5 line. We're going to bring somebody in here to do human design. The difficulty with human design is that it is so complex. I'm wondering if a master teacher of it could explain it in bite-sized chunks that is easily digestible for the listeners, right? They say, what is a manifesting generator? People who manifest and generate things, right? They have this energy that can manifest and materialize things. But I'm on the 3-5 line. What is the 3-5 line? Well, when you do your chart, you get this line of numbers. I'm on a 3-5. I am the savior and the heretic. 3 means I make mistakes. I learn from those mistakes I make. I make horrible mistakes, but when I process the mistakes that I've made in life, the 5 is the martyr, right? What is it? It is the savior martyr, or it's some heretic martyr, right? And what that means is the 5 line makes me turn those mistakes into universal principles that everybody can use. That's why I'm on book number 5. Anyway, we'll do a show on human design, but we need somebody in here that can really, yes, the martyr heretic, that's me. The martyr, man, I keep making mistakes and hurting myself badly. The heretic, I rewrite the rules of society and make them easily digestible, right, to the masses. That's my walk. Anyway, up next, our girl, your girl, my friend, your friend, Jill Monroe. RSVP with Jill Monroe. This was a fire show, but she gonna keep the fire lit. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you tomorrow with another slapper. Deuces.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Amber Payton. Here's the latest on the Black Information